The week after the burial of our son was a really strange time for us. We were both grieving the loss of Poppy, but talked a lot about what happened, what was happening, and what will be. Yet, we were lucky to have each other, and it is together that we will pass through the tragedy of losing our baby. At that time, the shockwave of what happened was slowly passing, and we truly started feeling everything. Tons of emotion were coming and going in each of us. Before, there was so much happening that we couldn't comprehend it. Mostly, mornings are the hardest part of the day. At that time, our head is clear and free, making space for overflowing thoughts about Poppy and the stillbirth, making us cry together in bed every morning for at least 2 weeks. There were many moments where I found myself absent from reality, even if surrounded by people. I was simply imagining Poppy with us and how it would have been, where it could have been. On my side, I also started working, so it gave me something to do and focus on. Plus, I was also working a lot on videos. It was much harder for Tina, who was fighting for motivation to get back to her business. But she was still recovering after all. Every day there were some markers that made us sink in tears and sadness. But then we always took a deep breath and kept on. That has been our motto since the accident, breath after breath, one at a time. We were often surrounded by people. Sunday with my sister, Monday with Anna, Tuesday with Valerie, Wednesday with my mother and Nadia, Thursday with Maud, Friday with Pilou, Saturday with my family for a visit of the Christmas market, and Sunday with many friends for our secret Santa. One day we went for lunch at my sister with my biological father, Nicolas. My sister just finished decorating her home for Christmas, so we had to check all her decoration out. It was the first time we saw Nicolas since the accident of Poppy. So we discussed about the situation and what happened. At that time, we truly found life unfair. However, we also discussed about regular things, which changed our mind from all of that. The day then went on as usual. We had our regular lunch ritual, and at the end, we played board games. The next day, our friend Anna also visited us. We are so glad to be surrounded by so many amazing people. We were also trying to get back to our morning routine, which is to wake up, do yoga or meditation, have breakfast, and then slowly start the day. I went back to do yoga, but I couldn't yet meditate, as my mind was going everywhere. And on the opposite, Tina couldn't do yoga as it was too soon after the delivery, but she was then journaling and meditating. We were then having breakfast and after that having coffee or a hot chocolate while talking or watching some of our favorite YouTubers. As it was Christmas time, my morning routine was also to turn on the lights in the apartment after finishing yoga. One morning, we drove my mother to the south of Strasbourg for a consultation with a doctor. While waiting here, we went to a big shopping center nearby. We haven't been in that place for so many years. There we found beautiful Christmas cards and printed some picture of Poppy, as we wanted to make thank you cards for the midwives that were with us during the delivery. To be honest, one of the things that is making us bear the whole situation is keeping active. We then went back to our place, where Nadia joined us for lunch, and she got us an amazing gift, a bracelet for me and a necklace for Tina with the last echography picture of Poppy in one of the pearls.
It's Poppy!
Je m'en suis doutée. Moi, je m'attendais à ce que tu dises ça tout de suite.
And Tina received a beautiful flower bouquet from my mother. One day, we also went back to the hospital to meet with Valerie, a midwife that lived through the same situation as us, only over 20 years ago. It was so kind of her to talk to us, and it truly helped us. She shared her story and brought us hope, as she is now the mother of 3 children. She also offered us candles and wrote us a card. We couldn't have been luckier with the hospital where we deliver, as people there are so amazing. That day, we also asked for the picture that the hospital took of Poppy. Another day, we also met with Maud, the psychologist from the maternity. It also felt good to be discussing with her. I truly believe that another thing that is helping us in all of this situation is talking about Poppy, even if it is really hard. We truly wanted to say thank you one more time to the wonderful midwife we had during our time in the hospital and the delivery of Poppy. For that, we decided to make thank you cards. We found beautiful cards from a small French library. They were all with flowers. One saying tenderly, one gentle thought, and one was the conjugation of the verb coquelicoter, which is an invented verb based on the poppy flower. Then we printed a vintage picture of Poppy that we will add in the card. Each card having a different picture of Poppy with his name on it and his birth date. Finally, we bought some local chocolate bar from Strasbourg that we will add with the card. We opted for chocolate that was locally made from a small chocolate maker and where our friend is working. Plus, the design of the chocolate bar box is so beautiful, and each type of chocolate has its own design. We then together made the cards. We first wrote what we wanted to say and made sure to avoid spelling mistakes. Once our words all written down, we glued a picture of Poppy on the side. And finally, we put the card in an envelope. We then added the chocolate bar and wrapped them using reusable wrapping paper. Finally, we did our yearly Secret Santa with some of our friends. This year, we made mulled wine and made a raclette. It's a nice thing to eat once in a while, as it is quite heavy and so yummy. Plus, it is also really easy to prepare, which was perfect as we weren't yet in a cooking mood. For dessert, we had Christmas cookie with hot chocolate, tea or coffee. And it was finally time to open our gift and guess who was our secret Santa. I was Tina's secret Santa. Anna was mine. I offered to Tina a heart-shaped Pandora charm with a marking poppy on one side and the infinity symbol on the other one. And I received from Anna 2 new types of coffee to try, one Nespresso one and one type of coffee bean from a local maker that I have never tried before. I was really looking forward to trying them. It was so much fun, and we ended our Secret Santa lunch with an old Russian movie that Nadia loved. And slowly the week was ending, with lots of ups and downs. It will actually be like that for a while. We were also watching many movies and series that weeks, as we were tired and not in mood to do much. Especially that sleeping at night slowly started to be more and more complicated. But once again, we were lucky to be surrounded by good people. Tina also received a small chocolate box and was having 1 piece per day. And we were trying to find good time in that tragedy, like that little funny little man bread